Hey Lily, ever wonder why so many learners freeze when it's time to speak English?
Oh, absolutely. Roy, it's like their vocab hides the moment they open their mouth.
Right, and I think the first big reason is fear of making mistakes.
Yep, nobody likes feeling silly, especially in front of native speakers or classmates.
The funny thing is, mistakes are literally how we learned our first language.
Exactly. Toddlers mispronounce everything and still get applause. Adults don't get that cushion.
So true, adults attach ego to every syllable, kids just babble freely.
Another piece is perfectionism. People wait until every sentence feels flawless before speaking.
Meanwhile, conversations move fast. Perfection just means missing the whole chat.
Seriously, by the time they craft the perfect sentence, the topic's shifted.
There's also the accent worry. Some think their accent will be mocked.
Right, but accents show culture and identity. We all have one anyway.
Exactly. Even within English speakers, accents vary wildly, yet communication still happens.
I remember my cousin from Texas saying water like water, and nobody cared.
Good example. Focus should be clarity, not cloning a certain accent.
Fear can also stem from past negative experiences like being corrected harshly.
Oh yeah, one bad classroom experience can echo for years in the mind.
Teachers and peers sometimes forget how fragile confidence can be in language learning.
Positive reinforcement matters. A single nice try can outweigh 5 grammar drills.
Speaking of grammar, overthinking rules is another blocker. They juggle tenses mid-sentence.
It's like trying to play guitar while reading every single note name.
Good metaphor. Fluency is more muscle memory than constant conscious analysis.
So how do we break that fear cycle for learners?
Small, low-pressure steps help, like talking to a pet or recording yourself.
True, the dog never judges your subject-verb agreement.
Also, finding a supportive speaking partner who shares similar goals is gold.
Community is huge. A safe space turns mistakes into group laughter, the helpful kind.
And setting realistic goals matters. You don't need Shakespearean prose to buy coffee.
Absolutely. Functional language tasks build confidence quicker than textbook monologues.
Let's not forget mindset. See errors as feedback, not proof of incompetence.
Reframing mistakes as data points can remove emotional sting.
Another trick, celebrate small wins, like ordering lunch without switching languages.
Those micro victories snowball, confidence grows with each successful exchange.
Technology helps too. Apps provide instant practice with zero embarrassment.
Yeah, voice messaging features let you retry until you're happy, then send.
And AI pronunciation feedback can highlight patterns without rolling eyes at you.
Still, nothing beats live conversation for building real-time response muscles.
Agreed. But even there, you can start with short chats like daily greetings.
Or join topic-based discussion groups where passion overrides language anxiety.
That's clever. Talking about your favorite video game distracts from grammar fears.
Humor helps too. Laughing at your own slip-ups diffuses tension.
Yes, I once said I am chicken instead of I am chili. Classic moment.
And you survive to tell the tale, proving embarrassment is temporary.
Exactly. Plus, people usually appreciate effort more than perfect output.
Learners often underestimate listeners' patience and goodwill.
Most natives adjust naturally, repeating slower or using simpler words if needed.
That adaptability is part of communication. It's a two-way street.
So step one for listeners, be supportive. Step one for speakers, be brave.
Bravery grows through repetition. The first time is toughest.
Kind of like jumping into a cold pool. It feels better after a minute.
Nice analogy. Initial shock fades, body adapts. Then you enjoy swimming.
Same with conversation. After a few sentences, fear melts into flow.
Preparation can ease nerves too. Having go-to phrases reduces mental load.
For instance, could you repeat that, please? Buys time gracefully.
Love that. Keeps conversation moving without panic.
Another is, let me think for a second. Signals you're still engaged.
A good point. Silence then feels intentional, not awkward.
Also, breathing techniques calm the physiological side of fear.
Slow inhale through nose, exhale through mouth. Classic but effective.
Total gamer move. Prepping body before boss fight.
Haha, speaking English is the boss fight of language learning quests.
And leveling up comes from grinding conversations, not just reading lore.
Great metaphor. XP comes from output, not only input.
Yet many learners stay in input mode forever, calling it study.
The bookshelf syndrome. Lots of notes, minimal spoken minutes.
We should challenge listeners. Clock actual speaking minutes this week.
Excellent challenge. Aim for, say, 10 minutes a day in small chunks.
Maybe talk about your breakfast, weather, or a funny memory.
The simpler the topic, the less cognitive load, leaving bandwidth for fluency.
Recording and listening back also reveals progress you might miss.
True, hearing yesterday's mistakes become today's smooth phrases is motivating.
And share recordings with a tutor for targeted feedback.
Feedback loops accelerate growth. It's like adjusting aim in archery.
Quick correction prevents fossilizing errors.
Another psychological hurdle is comparison with peers.
The social media flaunts perfect sounding clips, forgetting the bloopers reel.
Highlight reels can intimidate, but remember, everyone edits.
So compare only with your past self, not someone's highlight moment.
Growth Mindset 101.
Let's address cultural factors. Some societies discourage speaking up.
Yeah, hierarchy can silence learners, fear of disrespecting elders or teachers.
Encouraging classrooms need supportive norms where questions are valued.
Online spaces can bypass hierarchy, giving shy learners equal voice.
Good point. Anonymity sometimes liberates speech.
But eventually, face-to-face courage is needed in real-world situations.
True, but starting online is like training wheels on a bike.
Speaking of bikes, remember you didn't read a manual all day before riding.
You wobbled, scraped knees, but kept going until balance clicked.
Language balance is similar. Wobble till smooth.
Listeners should embrace the wobble phase.
Maybe we should coin that wobble with pride.
I like it. Makes mistakes sound adventurous.
Let's share quick strategies. Number 1, shadowing, short audio clips.
Number 2, role-playing common scenarios with a friend.
Number 3, joining language exchange events locally or virtually.
Number 4, using song lyrics to practice pronunciation rhythm.
Number 5, narrate your daily routine out loud.
All practical, low cost, and scalable.
Another angle, emotional vocabulary. Learners fear not finding the right word for feelings.
Building a personal word bank for emotions can help spontaneous sharing.
Indeed, being unable to express subtle feelings can shut conversation down.
Even saying, I can't find the word, but it feels like, keeps talk going.
That's strategic transparency.
Also, storytelling frameworks can guide longer responses without blank moments.
Like using situation, action, result to describe experiences.
That structure eases memory load and keeps listener engaged.
Speaking engagement courses often start with storytelling for that reason.
Another barrier is speed. Learners think natives speak too fast.
Asking someone to slow down is totally acceptable communication.
Most people appreciate clarity over speed anyway.
Plus, watching shows with adjustable playback speed trains ear gradually.
Subtitles also pair audio with visual cues, then remove them slowly.
Gradual challenge builds confidence, like progressive weights in gym.
Nice analogy. You wouldn't bench press 100 kilos on day one.
But you might start with the bar and add plates weekly.
Same with conversation complexity. Begin with greetings, build to debates.
Listeners could set weekly themes: food, travel, work, opinions.
Steam practice keeps vocabulary fresh and contextual.
And journaling, reflections in English, reinforces new phrases.
Writing supports speaking. The skills feed each other.
Let's discuss fear of judgment from native speakers.
Research shows natives judge accent less than learners expect.
Usually they're impressed someone speaks more than one language.
Exactly. Admiration beats judgment 9 times out of 10.
Real talk, though, occasional rude person exists. Can't let them dictate growth.
They are the exception, not the rule. Move on quickly.
Celebrate supportive interactions. They far outweigh negative ones.
Affirmations like I was understood today boost motivation.
Self-talk matters. Steer inner dialogue toward encouragement.
Replace I sounded stupid with I communicated my idea.
Reframing changes emotional charge.
Let's remind listeners fluency is a spectrum, not a switch.
Every conversation nudges you further right on the spectrum.
Exactly. It's incremental progress, invisible day to day, but obvious month to month.
Maybe track progress through monthly voice diaries.
Love that. Future you will thank present you for the evidence.
Another fear source, test pressure leaking into everyday speech.
Standardized exams prioritize accuracy, so learners equate speech with grading.
Real life uses comprehension, not red pen corrections.
Shifting from exam mindset to communication mindset frees time.
Imagine conversation as collaboration, not performance.
Exactly. like playing doubles tennis, not solo recital.
Good analogy. Partners cover each other.
So listeners, view native speakers as teammates in understanding
Ask clarifying questions. It's teamwork.
and offer cues like gestures or simple synonyms.
Visual aids work too, drawing quick diagrams if words fail.
Multimodal communication is legit and common in professional settings.
So bilingual brains often have extra creativity using visuals.
Let's also tackle the myth that age blocks fluency.
Research shows adults can acquire pronunciation fairly well with focused practice.
Plus, adults bring richer vocabulary and life experience to conversations.
Age is factor, not fate.
Exactly, mindset again beats birthday count.
Speaking of mindset, gratitude journaling about language wins can cement positivity.
Yes, write one thing you did in English daily, no matter how small,
Over weeks, pattern recognition boosts confidence.
and builds habit of noticing success over flaws.
Fear shrinks when success stories accumulate.
It's like sunlight on damp walls. Mold of fear evaporates.
Poetic, Lily.
Thank you, Roy. Language play keeps learning fun.
Joy is underrated in adult education.
Amplified apps understood this. Points and streaks trick brain into craving practice.
But don't let streak anxiety create new fear source.
True. Skip a day if needed. Long-term consistency beats perfection.
That principle mirrors life. Capital L.
Philosophical moment achieved.
Back to practical tips, joint reading aloud sessions.
Alternating paragraphs builds confidence and provides instant modeling.
Good for pronunciation and intonation, too.
Another, tongue twisters for fun articulation workouts.
Sally sells seashells still trips me up sometimes.
Same, and it's okay. Laughter bonds learners.
On that note, group karaoke in English releases dopamine and vocal flexibility.
Plus, lyrics create memory hooks for phrases.
Music bypasses rational brain, soaking language deeper.
So does improvisational theater. Forces spontaneous speech without judgment.
Improv games like Yes and build acceptance of whatever comes out.
Accepting imperfection is core to overcoming speaking anxiety.
Speaking is messy. Embrace the mess like artist studio.
The masterpiece emerges from piles of drafts.
Let's recap main fears: mistakes, judgment, accent, speed, perfectionism.
And key solutions: small steps, supportive community, mindset shift, joyful practice, repetition.
Listeners, choose one solution to implement today.
Maybe start with a 2-minute voice note describing your lunch.
Or say hello to a stranger in a coffee shop.
Remember, action beats theory every time.
We're rooting for you. Our own journey had plenty of stumbles.
Totally, but each stumble became a story and a stepping stone.
Language is a tool to connect, not a trophy for display.
Connection over perfection, always.
So breathe, speak, wobble, repeat.
Wobble with pride, folks.
That's a wrap for today's chat.
Thanks for tuning in. Now, go talk to someone.
Before we sign off, let's answer a quick listener question.
Sure. Mateo asks how to deal with blank mind moments mid-sentence.
Great question. Fill the gap with a filler phrase like, whilst thinking.
Or paraphrase what you meant in simpler terms till the word returns.
Another question from Aisha. Is it okay to mix in mother tongue words?
Code switching is normal. Just signal it and keep going.
Communication first, purism later.
Listener Carlos wonders about useful daily affirmations.
Try saying, my voice deserves to be heard in any language each morning.
Love that mantra. Simple, yet powerful.
Jennifer asks if watching movies without subtitles helps.
Yes, but start with subtitles, then turn them off gradually.
Remember to shadow short dialogues afterward.
Exactly. Mimic intonation and pacing.
Hugo wants to know if tongue policeman exercises are worth time.
They can fine-tune pronunciation, especially for tricky sounds like th.
Quick tip, place tongue between teeth gently for voiced th sound.
And no need to overdo. Short daily drills sufficed.
Lila asks how to keep motivation when progress feels slow.
Track inputs and outputs weekly. The data reflects growth objectively.
Celebrate every conversation minute logged.
Exactly. The stopwatch doesn't lie.
Okay, let's share one final thought each.
You first, Ron.
Fear shrinks as exposure grows. Talk today so tomorrow feels lighter.
Ice. Mine is Your accent narrates your story. Let it speak proudly.
Mic drop moments.
Virtual high five, partner.
High five received.
Thanks again, listeners. Remember the challenge, 10 speaking minutes today.
Tag us on social media with your wobble with pride stories.
We'll feature some in the next episode.
Until then, keep the conversations rolling.
And remember, courage finds its voice once you start.
Bye for now.
Catch you next time.
Quick lightning round of encouragement before we truly sign off.
We're ready. 3 rapid reasons you should speak anyway.
1, every sentence spoken teaches more than a page read.
2, mistakes make memorable stories you can later laugh about.
3, your voice might inspire someone else to speak up.
Beautiful. And here's a bonus. The more you talk, the more worlds you access.
Language opens doors. Jobs, friendships, travel, Netflix without subtitles.
So unlock those doors now.
Final reminder, progress over perfection, always.
Okay, now it's really goodbye.
Wait, we forgot the secret homework.
Oh yeah, record yourself ordering imaginary coffee aloud tonight.
Include greeting, order, and a friendly goodbye.
Play it back and notice pronunciation strides.
Share the file with a study buddy for feedback.
Accountability partners double the fun and half the fear.
Now we're done. For real.
Amen. See you, fearless speakers.